Now this video is not all about how to install this whole thing. It's just giving you some tips and ideas for your shelves. And the reason why we're moving this was why I told you to get this one like this up at the top, and then we're going to put the other one down here. But I just want to show you on these clips. Remember you saw how these were facing up. You're like, what is that for? If you want, you could push this down and it will snap into place. See, and cover up your little pin there. You don't have to do anything with those, but if you think that's unsightly, let's say if your shelf is down lower, see how they had this and you can push all those down. They were up, so they, see how they just push on down. And that kind of, you know what else that does? That keeps this from raising up. You see, this could raise up out of there, but chances are it's not going to, because once we get these brackets down here, all the weight on here is going to be on this outside edge. There's really not going to be any weight back here other than what's on your shelf in the back, and that's going to be pushing down. But that clip keeps that kind of locked into place. So I can go along and do that on all of them. But see, here's some other ones down here at the bottom. They just have a loop, okay, like that. And there is no clip on there. So what they had done on that, they took another one and it went up and around the other way. We don't really need those. I don't know why they did that. They didn't really have to do that. Okay, so I'm still working on these next ones. I'll go ahead and do these up here and explain a little bit more. Now see, this was where the old brackets were, and these were taller ones. Those taller brackets are going to go down low. And so once I get all done, I'm going to go ahead and take some caulking and go ahead and fill up all these. Go ahead and make sure you do that when you get done. Don't just leave those and say, well, it's just in a closet, no big deal. What is a big deal? Because it's your name, it's your signature on here. And I didn't have any caulking, and I asked my cousin Pat if he had some here, and they did. He only has a tube of this. I brought a caulk gun, and normally I do it with a caulking gun. Where is it? I don't know where it's at. It must be out here somewhere. Okay, but I don't need a caulk gun with this. I just squirt this out. And you can get caulking in a tube. It's much cheaper to get it in a caulk tube because it's about the same cost, or it might even be more costly for a smaller one, and this isn't as much as a regular one, but then you don't need a caulk gun. Okay, so I'm going to use that to fill up the holes when I get all done. I'll show you a few more things as I go, don't worry. You see here, look at this. It's clear. It's not white. If you ever get this, I usually get white because it usually works for just about anything. This happens to be clear, so that means if I use this and when it dries, your holes that don't get covered, you know, if I cover this up with white or clear, it's still going to be black after it dries. Okay, so I'm probably going to use this to fill in the holes. But then once it skins over, then here's my secret weapon. Voila. Yeah, toothpaste. Any white toothpaste will fill up a hole. But I'm not going to use just the toothpaste because I'm going to use way too much toothpaste because I'm going to have quite a few holes to cover up before I get done. Okay, so I'll use the other stuff. Since I have the other stuff, I'll use that first. Then I'll use my toothpaste. So toothpaste in a pinch. If you ever get a hole in your wall or something in a pinch, use toothpaste to cover your hole. Yeah, it'll work. Here's something else I thought I might want to show you. See, here's the pocket for this one. When you put this pocket in, this fits up against the wall. And see, the back side of this is hitting the wire, and it's not hitting the bottom yet. There's about a 1/4 inch. There's about a 1/4 inch gap there. Do you see that? And so all the weight of this is held off the top, not the bottom. And I guess it would be okay, but I thought I would take, before, the people who put this in originally, they put a little stick in there, a little shim. And you know, this pocket should be the right size, but I got a pair of tin snips here. I'm just going to cut the top of that off. About 1/8 to 3/16. Okay. And I don't have to make that perfect. I could actually make it lower if I wanted to, because then all the weight, see, that's designed so that all the weight here is now going to be transferred to this bottom rail, because this is the heavy stout rail. Do you see what I mean? Not that. I don't want that. Okay. So now, see how it's fitting up tight to there? Okay. I'm going to do that on all of these, and actually I did it on another one already, so I'm just going to go ahead. I had 4 of these to do. I think this is my last one I have to do. I thought I would just quickly show you this. I like these tin snips. I use these for everything. Wisp, baby. Okay. Fit that on there. It's fitting up tight now. Now when I put the shelf in, I just have to be careful to measure everything, because see, the other thing is, because these are on here now, I can't just hold this up against the wall, mark them, can I? Because they're in the way. So I have to take some careful measurements. If I put this up here, measure from here up, how far from the wire down to the center of this hole that I need to put in the sheetrock, and then measure from this one up to that one. There's a little bit of measuring and finagling to do. When you buy these, I don't know, maybe they give you a template that you hold up against the wall, possibly. Because see, I can't even hold this up at the wall wherever and mark it, because these are in the way. Now if these were right at a stud, you could nip these off. Then you can hold that up there, poke it in, or if you want, you can still cut this off with a hacksaw or some snips or something, and file that down flat, hold that up against the wall, mark it, and then you can put some plastic anchors in there, or you know, something like that if you wanted. If you didn't want to use these the little nails that came with it, let's say you snip that off, put something else in there. And I just happen to have some little anchors, and I'm not going to really use them on this project, but see, here's some drywall anchors, and you could screw this into the wall, poke a little hole there, and then take your Phillips screwdriver, okay, and you screw that right into the wall, and then you can take a screw. So I use these for a grab bar, and so I have the grab bar screws in here. But see, these are the screws that come with these. Then you can take that and screw that in. So see, I could use this setup here. I could snip that off. Some don't even have this, possibly. Maybe they're just flat, and you're like, okay, how you can do it? You can do it just like that. Take this screw it right in there, zip right to the wall. But because I have it this other way, I'm going to do some careful measuring, and I was careful when I pulled these out. See, I didn't break any of these tips off, and had I broken one of those off, I could cut that off, and I could put this little trick on the bottom or the top, and then put the nail on the bottom if I wanted to reuse these. Okay, all right, I gotta keep going. I'll be done in a while. Now see here real quick, as you put the pins in here, this pops out like I showed you, but some of these don't have a slot in here, and some of them do. Okay, see the slot? Remember I was saying I don't know what that's for, because if you want to try to unscrew this later, you really can't. Well, that's so you can just take a screwdriver. After you tap this in, you can just use a screwdriver like that, and then use your hammer and tap it in with your screwdriver. Okay, that seems to work pretty good, but some of them only have this. So as you can see, when you pound this in, when you tap that in, you just have to be careful not to miss and put a ding in your wall with the hammer. Okay, because it's kind of easy to do. See this one here? As you're tapping this in, there's not much room to squeeze your hammer in there. You know, and tap, 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 tap. So you can take a nail set or something and set on there and hit it in that way. That's what I'll do. So just a few ideas for you when you're tapping those in. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.